read?
Oh, yeah, we're just doing that.
No, it's okay.
I thought you were doing the Olympic thing. Shimmering. Should we do the ad read?
No.
Oh.
Well, now that we're, because we're not doing the intro, I don't know how to start the episodes.
It's just, natural and organic.
Welcome to 40 Born.
How'd that feel?
I think they miss it.
I don't think I do.
I think I miss the comfort of an easy start.
You need it.
Yeah, I do, because it helps my brain get primed and ready. It's like priming the pump, you know?
Yeah. Do you want to do it?
The ad read?
No. Did you want to say the welcome to 40 Born?
Oh, no, it's okay.
Okay. Shimmering Skies is just around the corner, and the Wasteland Gaming has got you covered with a wide selection of sealed products and the latest singles. They're your one-stop shop for all things Lorcana. Wasteland Gaming has the largest selection of TCG singles in Georgia, so whether you're shopping online or in-store, they can help you find exactly what you're looking for. In celebration of Shimmering Skies, Wasteland is offering a limited time promo code for booster box pre-orders. Use code 40born10 at checkout to get $10 store credit back when you buy a Shimmering Skies booster box.
And August 9th, be sure to stop by their Duluth location to pick up everything you need, then battle it out with other players in their Shimmering Skies Release Day event. Check out all this and more at thewastelandgaming.com or follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and X.
You know, the funny part about that is that the part that's hard is our name. That's where I trip up every time, is the name of the podcast.
40 Born?
I can't say it. Freddy Burn. Again, remember that's F-O...
FORTYBORN10.
I can't even spell our name. Nobody understands our name anyway.
Yeah, that was kind of hurtful.
I probably didn't get it for the first, 20 episodes.
Yeah, that's...
No, I did because you explained it, but...
Maybe I explained it on episode 20. I mean, you didn't get it until somebody asked on the pod.
If you renamed the pod today, what would you name it? If you couldn't choose 40 Born.
Star Wars Unlimited? I wouldn't. I would name it... I like our name.
Yeah, same. It's
yeah,
nice.
It's distinct.
Yeah.
I think.
For sure. That's very true, yeah.
But multiple people have thought that we were 40, and...
I mean, I'm getting there.
I'm not saying that, I'm not, complimenting my physical appearance, but I hope that I look 29 when I'm 40, or I hope I don't currently look 40. I don't know.
I'm starting to feel like I look 40.
We at least have vibes of 40.
I have vibes of 60.
40-year-old vibes. Okay. Olympics. You got the question right on what was the theme?
Carnival.
They're at a party.
Carnival.
Yeah.
Party.
They're partying. But I was gonna ask. I've been watching a lot of Olympics. When Ada's up at 3 a.m., I'm watching the Olympics, and I was gonna ask, and at the end you can answer this. So think about this.
Okay.
Which Olympic event do you have the best chance of qualifying for? So of all the Olympic events, right now, if you started training today, which event would you have the best chance to qualify for in your lifetime?
Okay.
Not right now, but you work towards this goal and you can do it.
Yeah, summer or winter.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking
Cool.
about the blue cards.
Blues.
The Sapphire.
Obviously, the Sapphire.
Not the yellow.
Yeah. Honestly, fancy color names are hard and they don't make sense. Is Sapphire a gem?
They're all gems except for steel.
Why are we obsessed with gems? Why do we name colors after gems?
Honestly, if steel was onyx, I wouldn't have a complaint.
Is onyx a gem?
Yeah.
It's a rock.
Yeah.
A gem is a rock?
A rock is a country.
Iran?
Let's get started.
Okay.
The blue cards, we're talking about the rares and below. I meant to say this earlier. I posted our thoughts on all the legendaries on our Twitter account, if you want to go look at that. I might make another tier list for the super rares, because We don't talk about super rares and legendaries in this set review just to cut down on time a little bit.
Yes.
Usually they're more complicated and usually they're good, so it's not really worth talking about.
Right.
Mostly you just need to know which ones suck and don't take those.
Mm-hmm.
And in general you'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in the blues, there's some ramp, there's some item stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's the strongest color of this set, but it's fine.
Not the weakest either.
No. Looking at you, Red. Up first, we have King Candy. Once again, sorry, we're going to do an A to F scale. If you want to hear more info on that, go listen to the Amethyst episode. We also talk a lot more about, like, just some through lines in the set and some themes and whatnot. So maybe go listen to that one first before you hop in here.
Yes.
Sapphire, King Candy. Pay 1 for a 2/2 that quests for 1. This is a C. It's the one, if you're going to play a vanilla 1-drop, this is the one you want.
Perfect.
Up next, Chaka. You pay 4 for a 4/3 that quests for 2. It is vanilla, and it's a C+. I like this stat line because you can quest for 2 and be aggressive, or you can hit something for 4 and be defensive.
I really like the muted colors on this card. Feels like it's
pretty chill.
Yeah.
It's not overtly blue.
Yeah, I like that.
The blue's a little more subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of leaves, though.
Lots of leaves, but attached to plants and trees.
We're narrowing down the problem. Up next, the Queen, cruelest of all.
Mm-hmm.
Pay 2 for a 0/4/1 with Ward. This is an F.
Yeah, and you're going to hate it.
I don't even know what is going on here. This is the opposite of everything we want in Limited. Get it off my screen. Up next, Scrooge McDonk. You pay 4 for a 5/5/2.
You mean to say McDonk?
It's uninkable.
Yes.
And it's good. It's a B-. We really like Winnie the Pooh Honey Wizard, like that 5/5/2 stat line.
We did.
You're getting it 1 turn earlier. This is really good.
Cool.
Up next, Prince John, Opportunistic Briber. You pay 3 for a 1/5/1 whenever you play an item. This character gets +2 strength this turn. This is like a D+ because it's really understated if you don't have an item. Or is it really understated? 3, 4. No. If you don't have an item, it's 1 body point less than what we would expect. You expect to get a 2/5.
Yeah.
But if you play 1 item, then it's overstated for that turn. But we don't really care enough about items.
Mm-hmm.
So usually this is just going to be a 1/5, and we've talked about why 1 strength characters are not where we want to be in Limited.
Yes.
They don't have enough of an impact on the board. We'd like to have at least 2 strength on our characters.
Mm-hmm.
Not always. Sometimes the abilities are really good.
Got a few weak ones coming up here, huh?
Yeah. Another weak 1 strength character, Merlin, back from Bermuda. I do like the card.
Yeah, card's cool.
You pay 4 for a 1/4/2. Your character's name Arthur, gain resist 1. This is not very good. Like I'm kind of tired of these abilities that are like we care about a character with a specific name, unless that ability is really strong. Like let me draw a card.
Right.
But just giving something resist is like I'm not gonna play this mediocre card, so that maybe if I happen to have an Arthur in play, it'll get resist 1. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, way too hard to make happen in Limited.
Yeah, it's just so unlikely, and the payoff isn't worth it.
Right.
So this is a D.
Yep.
When people have asked like, oh, why did people say that Limited wasn't kept in mind when these sets are being constructed? This is a good example. It's like you could have given us a better payoff, and it wouldn't have broken something in constructed.
Yeah, it wouldn't have changed constructed in a huge way.
Yeah,
but would have been better
for
for Limited.
Drawing a card, like I gave an example of, that might be too strong. But like you could have given us a little something more here.
Yeah.
These things that just care about play a character with this specific name, and then there's only like 2 characters with that name in the set. It's kind of hard to care about that.
Do you think people really like that? Like, is that a fun thing?
I think it's maybe fun for like people that are. I don't even think it would be fun for like Disney fans. Like,
yeah, maybe
it's
if you're
cool
just
when it happens in theory, but it very rarely happens.
Maybe it's just like the super casual, love the thematic, like I'm gonna build a deck just based on this Disney movie.
Yeah,
going together.
Yeah, it caters more towards like Johnny style players or Timmy
my guy.
Johnny Spike. No, not the vice president.
We don't know. He really doesn't play. I'll ask him at the fair.
Okay, yeah, reach out.
Okay.
So this is good. This is not good. It's a D.
Yeah.
1 for the quest for 2 is just not very good.
Bad.
Up next, Pacha, a 0 for the quest for 2, but
Great.
this one only costs 3. At the start of your turn, if you have an item in play, gain 1 lore. At the start of your turn, if you have a location in play, gain 1 lore. So I think Pacha is kind of like a D plus because he's only useful for gaining lore, but you don't have to really exert him. You're kind of playing him just for his passive ability.
Yeah.
Because you play him, and if you have an item in play, you're gaining a lore every single turn. That's pretty good without exerting anything. It just happens.
Yeah, you don't normally care about the passive lore, but you have 2 different ways to get that lore.
Yeah.
So that's
and then he can also quest for 2 if you're in a good spot. So it's not good. Don't get me wrong. It's a D plus, but it is what it is. I wish he had at least 1 strength, but
yeah,
I understand.
And then we'd be asking for 2. Then where's the stop? Now we want 3 strength, maybe 4.
I think 2 I would have been content. If this was a 2-2, I would have been happier.
Yeah.
Up next, Sheriff of Nottingham. You pay 9. This is their uninkable 9-drop thing. You pay 9 for a 5/9 that quests for 4. It has support. For each item you have in play, you can pay 1 less to play this character.
Ooh, it's not as good as our other.
No, realistically, you need to get this down to like 6 or 7 for it to see play. 6 is like the natural. If you ink a card and play a card every turn, 6 is where you stop doing that.
Yeah.
So if you can get 3 items in play, you can get this in play. If Sheriff hits the board, you're in a really good spot. You're probably going to win the game. You're questing for 4, and you're giving something else plus 5 strength. But he's going to be really hard to play because we don't play that many items. And if you play a handful of items and you have 1 or 2 in play, he still costs like 7 or 8. Like, you really need to get him down to like 6 to be able to play Sheriff.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Where's he at over here? Did I not rate him?
I don't think. Yeah,
I gave him a D plus.
You hate him.
Well, I don't really like items that much.
Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to get him cheaper. It sounds like you feel like if you had him in your deck, you are very unlikely to actually be able to play him.
And then he's just a dead card.
You can't ink him. I did not think that said bushel britches, I'll be honest, from my view. Bushel
britches. Careful on that one. I think a D plus might be too harsh on it. Realistically, maybe he's a C, because if he hits the board, you win. Like because you're questing for 4 and you're buffing the crap out of something. Like, you can turn a 1-drop into a 7/2 or whatever out of nowhere. I mean, it's so good when he hits the board. The problem is that he cares about items, and items are hard to come by. Like, we're not excited to play a bunch of items.
Right.
Like, in your deck, we usually want at least 30 characters. So if you have 8 items, what are the chances that in the course of the game you have drawn and found room to play 3 items?
Yeah.
It's a little tricky.
Right.
You can probably get up to 7 or 8 ink in some games, but some games Sheriff's just going to sit dead in your hand. So realistically, he's probably in the C area, but I'm saying a D plus to make a point.
Hard card to grade.
Yeah. Up next, Chicha. Dedicated Mother. You pay 2 for a 2/1/1 with support. During your turn, when you put a card into your inkwell, if it's the second card you've put into your inkwell this turn, you may draw a card. I like ramping, but there's not enough ramp in the set to make this ability relevant.
Yeah.
Being able to ramp and draw cards off ramping is insane.
Yeah.
In Constructed, this is going to be very good. In Limited, in this format, unfortunately, I think there's only 2 cards that let you ramp.
Oh.
I think there's only 2.
Yeah.
And so
right,
it's going to be tough to even draw 1 card. Now, if you draw even 1 card off of her, this is bonkers good.
Yeah.
But as is, let's just evaluate it as if this was a 2/1/1 for 2 with support. It's like a D plus. Like
tough.
A 2/1/1 with support. I do like support on 2 strength characters. I like that this is cheap, but it's uninkable. It's like a D plus.
Okay.
Next, the Queen, Crown of the Council. You pay 4 for a 3/2/2 with Ward. When you play this character, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of character cards named the Queen and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order.
Okay.
Ward is not great for us,
No.
and you're probably not playing enough queens for this to literally ever hit.
Right.
So you're paying 4, and it's uninkable for a 3/2/2. This is a D.
Yep. Not good.
Yeah, not good at all. So even if I had a few queens, I still wouldn't play this.
No.
Yeah. So, not good. Up next, Ludwig von Drake. Self-proclaimed genius.
Oh, you. It's you.
No, I was thinking that sounds like Drake. You pay 5 for a 4/4/3. It's vanilla, but it's good. This is a B. This is like a B minus.
Good card.
I would rather have like a 5/5/2 or like a 5/6/1 in the like vanilla 5 slot.
Mm-hmm.
But this is good. Questing for 3 on a 4/4 is nice.
Did you see?
What?
B minus.
Yeah, B minus. Up next, Minnie Mouse Quick Thinking Inventor. You pay 1 for a 1/2/1. When you play this character, chosen character gets -2 strength this turn. It's uninkable. The flavor text is, this puts the Frosting Flinger 2000 to shame.
It really feels like the only people that got invites to the party were, the OG Disney folks.
Yeah, it's a little messed up.
Like Minnies and Donalds and Mickeys.
Yeah.
Like, the Queen's not at the party.
No, the
Cheetah's not at the party.
The Queen's having her own party with clones of herself.
Yeah, I was like, when is the Queen hanging out with the other queens?
Yeah, I don't know how that ties into the storyline, but
We missed that one, probably.
Minnie Mouse is like a C minus. It's a 1-drop that's uninkable. It's a 1/2, but strength reduction is nice. So it's playable, but it's, I don't know. You don't really want to be playing uninkable 1-drops.
Yeah.
This is a good 1-drop, though. Basil, Practiced Detective. You pay 1 for a 2/1/1 with support. This is one of my favorite 1-drops in the format.
Nice.
Straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Pump something up for 2. It's good.
Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
Would you rate it?
Oh, a C+.
plus. Okay.
Up next, King Candy Sweet Abomination. You pay 5 for a 3/3/2. It has shift 3. When you play this character, you may draw 2 cards. Then put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. It is uninkable, but I think it's like a B.
Cool.
It's an uninkable 5-drop, but it immediately replaces itself, and then it's better than just drawing a card.
Mm-hmm.
You get to draw 2 and then get rid of the worst card in your hand.
Right.
So if you have like a 1-drop you don't care about, you don't have to put one of the cards you just drew on the bottom of your deck.
Mm-hmm.
You put anything in your hand on the bottom of your deck.
That's nice, yeah.
So I think it's like a B.
Cool card, too.
Yeah. 3/3/2. It has an enchanted.
Mm.
It looks really creepy. Like the enchanted art is
what?
very unsettling.
Oh my goodness, it's so different too. That's a sick card.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow.
Up next, Donald Duck Focused Flatfoot. You pay 5 for a 3/4/2. When you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exert it. So when we ramp, we prefer our ramp to be early in the game, and we prefer to ink off of the top of our deck because you don't have to get rid of a card in your hand.
Yeah.
You don't have to get rid of a resource. You just kind of get to ink something for free.
Yeah.
This is later in the game, but I think this is a B minus because we lose 3 body points, but we get to ramp for free.
Yeah.
Like, it's not for free because, like I just said, we're losing 3 body points, but we don't have to ink from our hand.
Mm-hmm.
So we get access to our 6th ink, which is nice because a lot of the cards in this format that we want to play, there's some higher cost uninkables. So being able to get to 6, 7, or 8 ink
Helpful.
feels like it will be more relevant in this format.
Yeah.
So I like Donald Duck. I have it at a B minus.
I remember this concept was hard for me early on because I was always thinking, like, what if I wanted that card?
Yeah.
But you told me not to think about it.
No, the top card of your deck doesn't
exist.
It means nothing.
Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah, it could be anything. It could be a 1-drop or it could be Olaf.
Yeah.
And you don't know. It's not your problem.
Yeah, I've learned. I've
it's
grown.
ink. Up next, Tanana.
Tanana. Wise woman.
You pay 2 for a 1/3/1. When you play this character, you may remove up to 1 damage from chosen character or location. Healing for 1 isn't that much, and it only has 1 strength, so this is like a C minus.
Yeah.
We prefer for our 2-drops to have more strength, and if you're going to heal for something, it's nice to be able to heal for more points of damage.
I like the card art, though, on that one.
Yeah, it's cool. Up next, Tipo, Growing Sun. You pay 2 for a 1/2/1. When you play this character, you may put a card from your hand into your inkwell face down and exert it.
Okay.
So this is unfortunate, because you have to ink a card from your hand.
Yeah.
But you were going to have to ink a card from your hand anyways.
Right.
So I'm not that upset about this on turn 2 because then it gives me access to 4 ink on turn 3.
Right.
So I think this is like a C, maybe a C minus. You're paying 2. I'd probably rather just have a 2/3/1.
Yeah.
Like just the vanilla. I don't think getting access to 1 ink 1 turn earlier is worth the fact that this is a 1/2.
Yeah. All right.
So I'm like a C minus or a C. I don't know. Up next, Belle of the Ball. See what they did there?
Yep. I did. I do. She's definitely going to the party.
She was invited.
She was the belle of the ball.
I see what they did there. You pay 4 for a 2/3/2 with Ward. When you play this character, your other characters gain Ward until the start of your next turn. This is uninkable and not really worth it. This is like a D+. Once again, we don't really care about Ward all that much. And normally when we pay 4 ink, we expect to get a 3/4 that quests for 2, not a 2/3.
Yeah.
So D+.
Sorry, Belle.
Sorry. Up next, Vision of the Future.
Actions.
Action time. You pay 2 for an action. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Put 1 into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So pay 2 ink and find the best card in the top of your deck.
You like this. Okay.
It's like a C+. So I think people will be excited because it's like, oh, I get to draw the best card of the top 5. Well, it's not card advantage. You spent the card to do that. But you do get to find the best card of the options. I think it's good. Like, I'm happy to have one in my deck. But you're spending 2 ink and a card to draw a card. You're finding the best card, though. I think, you don't play this on turn 2, obviously. You play it on, like, turn 7 or 8. And you find something really big. And
I guess, yeah, late game. Hear me out. Would you like it better if it was look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put 1 in your hand, and the rest on the bottom? You'd like it worse.
It would be worse. Why would that be better?
I can't help thinking about the 4 cards you lost.
You're not losing them. They're just going to the bottom.
I'll never get there.
Yeah, you won't, but
I'm losing them.
You're not losing them. You could shuffle your deck and they could go back in.
When would I do that?
There are cards that make you shuffle.
Oh, yeah, I found that in a limited game. I just found it.
There's a couple, but that doesn't matter.
If you agree with me that it's sad to lose those cards,
you're not losing them.
Put it in the Discord.
Someone explain this in a way Taylor will understand, because I've tried and it's just not clicking. And it's not a you thing, Taylor. It's a me thing. I can't figure out how to explain this in a way that makes it click. But
I can't be the only one that feels
no, you can't. But looking at the top cards of your deck, putting cards in the bottom of your deck, it doesn't really matter. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
Like, yes, you're not going to draw those cards, which might feel bad, but you're assuming that you're going to see something good that you want.
Something really good, yeah. But what if I would have got there anyway?
Well, if you're seeing something really good, just take that thing.
Yeah.
So what are the chances that you see 2 really good things? I don't know.
You're right. Okay.
And then you're getting rid of it. You're also getting rid of, 3 bad things in that situation.
Sure.
Like, it allows you to find what you need in that moment.
I get rid of some of the... Okay.
Yeah, so if you, if the top 5 cards of your deck is 2 1-drops, 2 bombs, and a 3-drop, you're taking one of the bombs and you're getting rid of 3 bad cards and then a bomb.
Okay.
You're moving all of that out of the way.
Yeah. All right. So I'm in. I think that was helpful to someone out there.
Good. Was it helpful to you?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Up next, Royal Tantrum.
I was about to throw one of those.
You pay 4 for an action. Banish any number of your items. Then draw a card for each item banished this way.
Whoa.
This is not very good. I think it's like a F.
Oof.
I mean, if you have no items in your deck, obviously it's an F.
Yeah.
But in an average limited deck, you might have 2 items, still an F.
Yeah.
You would need to draw at least 3 cards for this to be,
oh, wow, yeah.
on rate or above.
You're not doing
What are the chances I have 3 items on the board
that you want to ban?
that I'm happy to get rid of?
Yeah.
This is I would say it's a build around D. Maybe you have a bunch of items, and in that situation, your deck probably sucks anyways.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would not play this.
Okay. Yeah, agreed.
Up next, Ever As Before. You pay 2 for a song. Remove up to 2 damage from any number of chosen characters. This is cool. It's cheap, it's inkable, it's singable. It doesn't replace itself, but if you can heal more than one character, then it, you might get, that's sort of equivalent to like a card's worth of value. Not really, but depending on how many things you can heal, you can get some good value out of this.
Yeah.
I think this is like a C or a C minus. It's not great, but yeah.
It's a great song.
Yeah, it is. Up next, Hideaway. You pay 2 for an action. Put chosen item or location into its player's inkwell face down and exert it. So you can target your thing or you can target your opponent's thing.
Okay.
So it's versatile. It allows you to ramp using like an item you don't care about or whatever, or a location that you don't care about. But most of the time, it's going to be removal for your opponent's things.
Yeah.
So I have this at like a C plus or a B minus because removing locations is good because we're assuming our opponent's playing a location that is good. Maybe they've moved something there. It's just a good way to. You're just paying 2 ink. If you can get rid of a location that's 2 or more ink, then it's a good exchange for you. So I think Hideaway is pretty versatile, and I think it's like a C plus or a B minus.
What would it go up to if you didn't have to put it into the inkwell? If you just got to banish it?
Like a B minus.
Okay.
Well, then you're also losing the flexibility of ramping yourself. I don't think you're going to ramp yourself with this very often, but
yeah,
it's at least worth mentioning.
Okay.
I don't think it going into the inkwell. You
don't worry about that.
Anything I want to target with this, I would rather it go into my opponent's inkwell than stay
out. Okay. Yeah.
But you're right. I would rather it just go away permanently.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I get that though. You do get to change the board state with that.
For sure.
That's a good thing.
It's worth it.
Cool.
Up next, All Fund Out.
This might be my favorite card.
It's pretty great. You pay 1 for an action. Put chosen character of yours into your inkwell, face down, and exert it. I prefer for my characters to be on the board rather than in the inkwell.
Right.
But I will make the case for why this might be good, even though I think it's a D+. As the game progresses, cheap characters become less valuable because they have less of an influence on the race for lore and on the controlling the board.
Yes.
Being able to convert that now semi-useless character into an additional ink will allow you to put out larger threats in the future. So if you could put your 1-drop into your inkwell on like turn 6 or 7 and then play, a 7 or 8 drop.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
I think it's a D+.
Yeah.
It's inkable, so that really helps.
Yes.
Okay, we have items and locations, and then we are done.
Whoa.
Up next, Medal of Heroes. Pay 2 for an item. You can exert it, pay 2, banish this item. Chosen character of yours gains +2 lore this turn.
Too much.
Yeah, this is a D-.
Too much.
It is not an F because it's inkable, but you're spending 4 ink to gain 2 lore.
Wow. It feels like they could have said that easier.
Yeah, this is not good.
No.
Up next, Basil's Magnifying Glass.
Okay,
so the only reason people might be interested in Medal of Heroes is because there's stuff that can get items out of your discard in this format. Even then, I wouldn't play Medal of Heroes.
Right.
Because if you can get it out and do it again, it's better.
Yes. Okay, I get that.
All right, Basil's Magnifying Glass. Pay 2 for an item. You can exert it and pay 2 to look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal an item card and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order.
You're not going to like this.
No. Repeatable card draw is excellent, but only grabbing items is not excellent because our items are usually some of the worst cards in our deck.
Yeah, and how many are we going to have? What's the chance that we get one in 3 cards?
Yeah. I hate that this is a rare. I'm going to open this and be sad.
Oh, yeah.
But...
You would have thought, magnifying glass, really cool.
Yeah, they could have been cool. But it's a D.
Couldn't have been cool.
Yeah, I mean... I hope that people don't think that we hate items. There are some items in this format that I like.
Yeah.
But only being able to grab items is difficult when our deck is going to at least have 30 characters in it.
Yes.
You're not going to hit that often.
No.
Up next, Merlin's Carpet Bag. You pay 5 for an item. You can exert it and pay 1 to return an item card from your discard to your hand. This is a F. It's uninkable. Costs 5. And you need to have an item in your discard for it to be relevant. And it needs to be an item in your discard that you want to not be in your discard.
And then it just goes to your hand.
Yeah.
You gotta...
It's a lot of hard work just to get one of the worst cards in your deck
Yeah.
into your hand. So
Yuck.
it's an F.
Weird. I would have thought Carpet Bag, like, that's got to be a great card.
It's a build around D, I would say, if you're doing like an item deck. Even then, I would not run it. No. If you can't tell, don't do an item deck. Blue's trying to push you in that way. It's not going to work.
Won't get me, Blue. You will not get me.
No, you will not get me. It'll get some people. Some of these will be good in like a cube. Right? Like if you can build a cube with a bunch of really powerful items, then stuff like this is better because it's like, okay, I'm actually getting things that matter.
Right.
But when you're getting the Sapphire Chromacon, which we're about to talk about, yeah, that's not worth it.
Mm-mm.
Up next, Sapphire Chromacon. It's an F. You pay 4 for an item. It enters play exerted. You can exert it and pay 2 to banish one of your items and gain 2 lore. It's cool that you can convert items into lore, but you're working too hard here. Over 2 turns, you have to spend 6 ink just to gain 2 lore, and then you're getting rid of one of your items. To do so,
yeah, that's not a good transaction.
it's a F.
No, yep.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
It's tough.
Jeez.
Location, location, location.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, it's just location, location.
Yeah.
Up first, the Great Illuminary. You pay 3 for a location. The movement cost is 2. It has 9 willpower. Characters with support get +1 lore and +2 willpower while here. We like support. I like making support stronger. But once again, we have to ask ourselves, what are the odds that we have this on the board and a support character?
Mm-hmm.
There are a few really good supports. We like to run support in Limited when we can. But there's not enough to warrant playing this item.
Yeah.
Or this location, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a D.
Bummer. Kind of cool art.
Yeah, it is cool. That's the party. It's a party like at the Great Illuminary.
That is a banger.
Yeah, it looks like a good time.
I want to go.
Coachella, baby.
Disney Coachella. What do you think that would be like?
Like this.
Weird, probably.
Up last, Merlin's Cottage. You pay 1 for a location. Movement cost is 1. It has 7 willpower. Each player plays with the top card of their deck face up.
Wait. Interesting.
So you flip over the top card of your deck, and your opponent flips over the top card of their deck, and you just play with your top card exposed.
I kind of love that. It's just a thing that happens during the game.
It's a trap.
I'm not saying it's good. It just sounds fun.
No, it is fun, but it's not good.
Yeah.
I wish I gained lore at least.
Right.
Yeah, so 7 willpower is a lot. That's the only reason this is... It's inkable and it has 7 willpower. That's the only reason this is not an F. But it's like a D-. It's like hanging on to the D- line by its fingernails. Like, this should be an F.
Yeah.
But both players knowing what everybody's drawing is not helpful information in Limited because it's just as helpful for them as it is for you.
Right.
And knowing what your opponent has usually doesn't change a whole lot because it's not like we're playing around Be Prepared or anything monumental. It's like, oh, I saw that they drew another 4-drop. Great.
Yeah.
I'm going to play exactly what I was going to play anyways.
Yeah, it doesn't change that much here.
Okay. Those are the blues.
Nice. Ooh.
Blues clues.
Diggity dog.
We diggity did it.
Blues are fine.
Yeah, I think the blues are fine.
Cool art mix in there. I think Merlin's Cottage looks really cool.
Yeah. Looks homey.
I'd live there.
You and Marv tearing it up. Okay, so which Olympic thing could you qualify for?
So this might feel like a cop-out, but like I also truly believe I could get good at this.
No, hang on. Are you saying that you legitimately think that you could do this, or this is your best bet?
This is my best bet.
Okay.
Also, I think I could do it.
Okay, great. That's the energy I like. Go for it.
Curling. It's curling. It has to be curling. Any like normal looking average on the street person, that's got to be your answer. You can go put in the time. I don't have to be, I don't know if this is offensive. You don't have to be athletic to be a curler. There's no part of that that's like endurance or
They're not
like
listening.
Strength. We have a huge curling community, just really big fans. That's it. That's the answer.
I think the biggest restriction on that would be time.
Yeah. Yeah. Just because you have to
Train so much.
so much. Yeah, you have to practice something so much to actually qualify.
Do they ice skate, or do they just stand on the ice with like grippy shoes?
I don't think they ice skate. It's just grippy shoes. They're not like wearing skates when they do it. They're just wearing grippy shoes.
That's a good answer.
It's got to be the easiest thing for an average person to qualify for.
My answer would be skeet shooting.
That's another good one. But those people are really good.
Yes, but I also grew up like
Skate shooting,
doing that a lot.
Yeah.
So like I am not bad at it.
Like
there's, to be clear, no way I could qualify for the Olympics skeet shooting.
Right.
I would have to use Skylar's Australian citizenship to try to qualify for Australia. Like there's no way I'm qualifying for the U.S. team.
What about Turkey's team?
I have no connection to Turkey. I don't have a wife that's half Turkish.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yet. No, I'm kidding. That's messed up.
Your lovely wife has just been taking care of your baby.
I know. She's an actual saint.
Yeah, that's a good answer, though. I'm interested to hear other people's answers. But it's got to be something like that, you know?
I asked Sky this, and she said synchronized swimming. Because she did it in college one time.
That, I feel like, is impossible. I feel like there's no chance.
Did you see them moonwalk?
It's crazy. No,
Did you
I
watch?
didn't
It happened today while you were working.
I really hate watching synchronized swimming.
So today, a couple important things.
Yeah.
Kamala picked a VP. And then, slightly more important than that, was the U.S. women's swim team moonwalked in the pool.
Wow.
Upside down. They moonwalked. You got to watch it.
Incredible.
Unreal.
I'll pull it up, just that clip. That would be so hard.
Yeah.
I can barely swim.
I think staying underwater as long as they did would be hard.
Oh, dude.
Remove movement from it.
Yeah.
Unreal. All right, well, those are the blue cards. We're going to talk about steel. We're going to talk about amber. And then you're going to win your sealed event.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. We're happy for you.
Yeah. And then, as always, we want 10%. So if you win, 3 packs, we want just open them randomly. 10% of the cards, mail them to us.
Send our way.
And if it's enchanted, it is an enchanted. If it's Merlin's carpet bag, keep it. And I will give you Taylor's address and social security number.
Perfect.
Bye.
I don't need it.